Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmiel Shah Bashem Rakag Wadash. And double honors to the head apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth, and as well as even the bishops as well. And I will also say Yahweh Bashmiel Shah Brakatham to all of those of the household of this faith as well, especially those that are pushing it. Just shortly, and then I'm going to end this right here just for the sake of time. So anyway, this reads Jerusalem Post, Israel's facing catastrophe of thousands of doctors leave, expert warns. Since the third reading of the law to reduce reasonableness standard was passed in the Knesset, over 1,000 Israeli doctors have expressed interest in relocating outside of Israel. Professor Mar Aaron, former director of Hillel Yaffe Medical Center, warned that even if only hundreds of doctors leave, it will be a catastrophe in an interview with Arya Eldad on his program on 103 FM on Friday. Aaron noted that the crises in the healthcare system did not start with the reform legislation. The neglect of the healthcare system created an unbearable and very difficult environment, Aaron said. The former hospital director pointed to the lack of standards, the workload, the very long shifts, and the desire of the younger generation for a better balance of work, family, and quality of life, stressing that this wave is a combination of the political and the personal. Aaron added that the numbers quantitatively are misleading because we have a basic short of doctors and specialists. We have a system, but the truth must be told honestly that the system cynically exploited the value of the doctors and blackmailed them to the hilt. And this is why they feel as though they have to relocate, or one of the reasons why they have to relocate. The main reason is because of this judicial reform thing that's going on, which has been going on for a good year now, which I did a little bit of research on it, and what it basically means that this is going to be a law. If passed, they can trump over common law, and the high courts, the judicial systems in this case, can lead the people based on the judicial law that they make up. All right, which is going to give what? More power to the legislators. Something to that equivalent anyway. Right? So that's the main reason. So I'm not going to really get into this article because I'm going to do a part 2 to this anyway in a short time. And what I want to read is this, because when we speak on these Amalekites, we have to bring back to mind of the lie that they call themselves the Israelites, and as well as a lie, or should I say, where that lie originated back to, we have to also keep in mind, because they like to say that they're the people, and as well as 1948 was prophecy being fulfilled. But if that was the case, then other prophecies would be fulfilled, and including this one that I'm reading as well. But we don't see none of these prophecies happening right now, or have already happened. All right, because simply they are not the people, and all of these problems that they're facing proves that. Because in Isaiah chapter 2, just to mention one, says that when the Israelites get back to the land, for one, there's not going to be no war among the nations or herd. What are we hearing about? We're hearing about a possibility of a third world war, the third war, which cometh quickly. That's what we hear more about nowadays at a frequent basis. So now let's read this. Isaiah 60 and verse 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. So when people gather about as an entire nation protesting over, let's just say, the judicial reform in Israel, guess what, man? I'm pretty sure people down there have torn things down. That's what happens during riots. Things get torn down, fires are caused, you name it, violence. That's what happens. But this reads, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy war salvation, and thy gates praise, because there's going to be peace. We're going to be preserved from destruction. When we, the real Israelites, get back to the land, we're going to be preserved from destruction. And if that's the case, that's when we are going to be considered the city of peace. As the term goes, Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, means just that, the city of peace. And the name is not living up to the meaning because the wrong people are in the land and there's all kind of problems going on. All right, because we're coming towards an ending of this system. And when I say the system, I'm not just talking about the Western world. We're talking about the world globally. All right. So that's just what it is, man. So yeah, let's go up a verse and let's read. Actually, no, you know what? Let's read something else. Let's go and get something else. Let me think. Oh yeah, what I forgot to do is look up the word wasting. Let's look up this word wasting. And let's see what we find here. So the word is shad. The word should be shad, which means havoc, violence, destruction, devastation, ruins, violence, havoc, as social sin, devastation, ruin. We have the strong definition. Yeah, I'm right. Shad, which is violence, ravage, desolation, destruction, oppression, robbery, spoil. And that's another thing. These people in the land of Israel, their government is oppressing them to a certain degree too. So again, we would be going, let me not say we. If the Israelites returned back to the land, they would be going through these issues. There would be no oppression. There would be no, oh, I have to relocate to a different area because of this or because of that. Or protesting because of this or because of that. Nah. You're going to just live in peace. Everything's going to go jollyful. And that's going to be life. Peaceful. All right? So again, I say, they lied to the world, and as well as they lied to themselves in saying that they're the people. And he had this individual to become the first prime minister of the country. His name was what? David Ben Gurion, to say that, look, we have a David, and blew that lie up and elaborated more on it about how many people died and this and that, the Holocaust, etc. Right? And now that we've come to the ending of the world, of this system, we've come to realize, or the world in this case, has come to realize that it's just all been lies, man. It's all been lies. All right? So the point of this video was just to really highlight that this is not the Jerusalem the Lord had in mind, man. The Jerusalem the Lord has in mind is going to be in peace. Not going to be having these problems. Okay? But these problems are a sign that this system is decaying, which is governed by these Amalekites, especially these JOOSs. Okay? And it's going down, man. And their own people are suffering. Okay? Which are the real enemies of the true Yasharallah, which is what we are. The true representation of what the city of peace is going to be about. So with that, I close. And like I said, I'm going to do a part 2 on this as well. Shalom.